Basketball's happening again. We're reporting to training camp. We're seeing media day stuff happen. We're in it now, right? We're in basketball season now.
We're absolutely in basketball season. Media day was yesterday. A couple teams had it yesterday. Celtics, Nuggets, they were going to Abu Dhabi. They had it last week. But yeah, the NBA season is 3 weeks away. Teams have had decisions to make. I've eventually got a decision to make it here. But listen, for me, this is primetime basketball season. A lot happened. Pat, Friday night
Sham season. It's Sham season. It sounds like Sham season. Right. Hashtag up to something season.
Training camp.
Okay.
Karl-Anthony Towns for Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a draft pick. We don't see trades like this come up often, especially on the eve of training camp involving two All-NBA, All-Star caliber players. And obviously, I don't know if BC is sweating Karl-Anthony Towns, on paper, they have to have, I mean, in my eyes, they have one of the best starting fives in the NBA. I still give Boston and the Celtics the edge as far as starting fives. We know what they've done. We know what they're capable of. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those are two of the best 10 players in the league. You look at, obviously, Drew Holiday, everyone else in that starting lineup, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White. But to me, the Knicks, this made them really up there. We'll see how their bench plays down the stretch and how that looks coming out of training camp. But this was a massive trade. This is something that the Knicks were quietly working on for months since the start of the offseason, since draft night. They offered Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. That was a hard no. They continued to offer that. No. And then they finally put Donte DiVincenzo in. That was still a no, but at least there was a window open for them. And then they put in that first-round pick on Friday, and they get this massive deal done. We haven't seen a deal quite this big happen on the eve of the season in a while.
From the people that were talking, that we were paying attention to, felt like Julius Randle was probably not going to be a part of the Knicks this year. DiVincenzo, obviously, big deal there, right? That's a big deal. And if you're saying they've been working on it a while for Cat, doesn't he have history with Tibbs, right? Is Tibbs a big part of working on that, trying to get him over there? Is that
Yeah, because he played for him in Minnesota.
Right?
There was friction on the way out. When Tom Thibodeau got fired in Minnesota, there was friction between those two.
Like real heat, right?
Beef.
Like real heat. So if you're saying they've been working on it for a long time, Tibbs had to be like, yeah, it's okay?
1,000%. I think that beef is long gone. I think a lot of that was Karl-Anthony Towns was in the middle of a Jimmy Butler, Tom Thibodeau. It wasn't a Cold War, but there was tension there. Tom Thibodeau, Jimmy Butler was his guy in Minnesota. That's the guy that he traded for. That's the guy that helped lead that team to the playoffs in Minnesota in quite some time. They couldn't get it done. The Jimmy Butler asked for a trade, and then it was really Jimmy Butler against the rest of the world, and that included Karl-Anthony Towns. And so a lot of that was him getting caught in the middle of it. They've since gotten their relationship at a much better place. And trust me when I say this, Tom Thibodeau and that coaching staff, they wanted this trade. They wanted Karl-Anthony Towns in the fold. And Julius Randle, there was a decision that Knicks organization had to make. Are you going to extend him? Do you want him part of your long-term future, or you don't? And they were not committing to Julius Randle long-term as of yet. They wanted to see how it played out during the season. So anytime you have a player going the last year of his deal with a player option, he is very viable to get traded. I think that would have been a year-long theme with Julius Randle. Where is he getting traded? Similarly for Cat. He's got so much money on his deal, 4 years, over $200 million from Minnesota. They're so top-heavy. You think about the second neighbor. You think about the finances. They were going to eventually trade him as well. So the Knicks wanted him. That's been years in the making, and they got it done. They paid a price, but obviously in Minnesota's eyes, this is a risk too. I mean, you saw what Anthony Edwards said the other day. Like, that was his guy. Like, he wanted to play with Karl-Anthony Towns moving forward. How does this impact them? I think this does give Minnesota more flexibility in the years to come.
Very interesting. Obviously, love Ant, so whatever he's saying, I think you should listen to over there in Minnesota. The New York, tough market, right?
Oh,
Carl?
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of people are going to have questions about Karl-Anthony Towns and how he handles that New York market, because there's no question they're going to get on you. They were on Julius Randle heavy, and we saw Julius Randle. He would go back and forth with the fans at different points. But now at the end of it, everyone saw how tough Julius Randle was. He played through injuries, and he got them as far as they're going to get. At least over the last couple, decade plus.
Are they going to be able to get over the Pacers hump? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
On paper, they have the talent where you're looking into the season. Conference finals obviously is the goal for this Knicks team, or the NBA finals.
All right, good luck to all of them. We are coming up on a hard out here in like 5 minutes, and that's on us, not on you. We apologize for that. What are some other high-level shit we should be thinking about as this NBA season starts? Obviously, we are football stooges. What should we be thinking about as training camp launches everywhere?
Yeah, let's just go one by one. The Lakers, LeBron James and Bronny James, obviously, that we saw that finally that duo yesterday. I would expect them to make their debut together the opening week of the NBA season, possibly opening night, from what I'm told. And Bronny James will spend a lot of time on the active roster. Yes, once the G League season starts, he's going to be shuttling back and forth with the G League. But this is there's not a like you're only going to be in the G League. This is something for Bronny James. We're going to see him shuttle back and forth. You look elsewhere in the Western Conference, Dallas, obviously we saw Kyrie Irving, Jason Kidd, the way they spoke about Klay Thompson being the missing piece. Klay Thompson is very happy. He's going to start. He's going to play heavy minutes. And I think the respect level that he felt was missing in Golden State, he's going to get that. And another team to keep an eye on, and Pat, this is going to be a theme going into the season. Okay. The Denver Nuggets. This is a costly franchise. They just gave Jamal Murray a massive $209 million extension. He is part of the long-term future. We know Nikola Jokic is part of the long-term future. But there's at somewhat of a crossroads. They've got so much money invested in this team. One guy that needs an extension as well right now, Aaron Gordon. He's eligible for a 4-year, $150+ million extension. They need to pay him. They know it. But there are some salary restrictions moving forward in the years to come. And if they can't get there with an extension with him, you look into free agency next year with a player option, he's going to be coveted by any team with cap space. So that is a worry for Denver right now before the start of the regular season. And then I think we got to give shout outs to two people. Dikembe Mutombo, rest in peace. Giant of the game, legend of the game. He will be missed, 58 years old, died of brain cancer. So cancer is a beep. We don't want that a part of anyone's life. So definitely get your people, all your people, your loved ones, make sure they're checked and take care of them and cherish them. Another thing, Derrick Rose, he retired from the NBA.
Big. That's a big deal. Hey, D Rose. I got to watch him in college, obviously. That's where I saw the entirety of
Chicago legend, absolute icon. I'm told the Bulls will be honoring him on January 4th at the United Center against the Knicks. It's basically going to be Derrick Rose weekend in Chicago. There's still TBD on his jersey retirement, but that jersey, number one, is unofficially retired there. I would expect more serious conversations on potentially retiring his jersey in Chicago over the next several months and the potential year to come. But Derrick Rose, January 4th, will be a big weekend for him.
Anytime you're getting a weekend of celebration, you've done good. Congrats, D Rose.
Oh, yeah, D Rose.
Congrats, D Rose. Celtics stink or no?
Come on now.
Tell him, Sean.
They've got the best starting five in the NBA, and they're the favorites when you look going. I said it on the show last time. Like, they're the favorites going into this season. Now the Knicks are getting better. Philadelphia is getting better. Pacers. Out west, there's gonna be these Pacers. There's gonna be teams out west that are gonna be a threat as well. So Boston is the favorites. They've got two elite star players. We'll see if they can do the back to back.
I'm on fire. It's 88 on the